back, Neilville Foodies, and we are back again with another quick video tutorial. And before you do anything, I need you to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button right now, because you do not want to miss what is coming out of Neilville. And also, don't forget to hit the little notification button, which is the little bell button, so you can get all videos when we post them up immediately. All right, and so let's get right into what we are doing on today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that banana pudding. But today we're doing something different. And if you like banana pudding, I think you're going to love this recipe. If you don't like bananas, you're really going to love this recipe, okay? Because guys, today we are doing peach cobbler pudding. Yes, you heard me, peach cobbler pudding. And so let's get right into our ingredients. And so we have our flour, we have our milk, we have our sugar, we have our eggs, we have peaches. For the crust, we're going to be using oatmeal cookies. We have our brown sugar, and we have our spices. We have nutmeg, we have cinnamon, we have some allspice, and we also have vanilla extract. And shout out goes to Kimmy Creations, because I did see her video on her peach cobbler pudding, and it inspired me to do my own. And y'all know my motto, honey, it's my kitchen. I do what I want. So sit back, relax while we get right into it. All right, you guys, so the first thing we want to do is work on our peaches. And I got two 20-ounce can of peaches, and they were in heavy syrup. I did drain most of that juice off both cans. And whatever was left in there, we just kept it, in the skillet. I also cut my peaches like you would usually cut bananas. I didn't want long pieces in the pudding. And so now what we're adding a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of granulated sugar, a couple of teaspoons of cinnamon. And you can add as much or as little cinnamon as you like. That's your personal preference. I did a teaspoon of nutmeg and a half a teaspoon of allspice. And now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And basically what you want to do, you want to cook these peaches until they get soft. We're not adding butter. Guys, do not add butter. I know when you're doing peach cobbler, some people like to add butter, I believe, but don't add butter, because this is going to be a cold dish, a cold dessert, and that butter will solidify, and don't nobody want to bite into a hunk of butter. That's nasty. So once you let this cook, we let this cook for about 10 minutes. We let it, all the ingredients come together, and we wanted it to thicken up as well. And now we're going to, while the peaches are cooking, we're going to work on the pudding. And I'm going to be putting this in a double broiler. And so the first thing I'm adding is 4 cups of milk. I'm also adding 6 egg yolks. And guys, this is the same recipe that I use on my regular banana pudding. The same thing we did there is what we're doing here. And then we're going ahead and mixing our eggs in our milk. And that is whole milk, guys, whole milk. And once we got that incorporated, we added in 1 cup of sugar. And when we added in 1 cup of sugar, we mixed that around as well to kind of get that incorporated a little bit. And then we also will be adding a 1/3 cup of flour. And that's to just kind of thicken it up and give it the consistency that we need for pudding. I will say this. I want to talk about, while I'm doing this real quick, the oatmeal cookies that I'm deciding to use, because I know that in Kimmy's Creations, I think she used some type of caramel crisp cookies in her recipe. But little story time, I had to go to jail in another life about 20 something years ago, and I didn't like the food. But they would give us fruit, and I would buy, of course, off commissary. And so I wanted something like a peach cobbler. So I took some oatmeal cookies and crushed them up in my peaches. Guys, when I tell you, I still do this to this day. And people in jail started doing it. So I just kind of started a trend when I was in jail. Because, you know, when you a cook, you just a cook, okay? So, but yeah, that's why we're using the oatmeal cookies. But as you see, the peaches, they are cooking and getting soft. And now we have our cream, our pudding, and our double broiler. And basically what you want to do, don't walk away from this. You don't want this to burn. And so you just keep mixing, and you'll pretty much know when this is done. It's like if you have a wooden spoon, you stick your wooden spoon in there, and when it comes up, it should coat the back of the spoon. And it will seem still a little bit of liquidy. However, when you put this in the fridge for it to cool, it's going to thicken up even more. So as you see, the back of the spoon is covered really well. There's no drip going on. And so now what we want to do is add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we're going to get that mixed in. Guys, I will post all the ingredients in the description for this, so you'll know the exact amount of everything I'm using. And once it's off the heat, of course, like I said, we're adding our vanilla extract and getting that mixed in. Then we're going to put this in the fridge so it can cool. You do not want to put this together. You don't want to put those hot peaches on this hot, it'll mess it up, this hot pudding. So you want to let everything cool. And I will tell you this, I started out putting this on top, but I brought it back out of the fridge and I put my plastic directly on the pudding, because I remember if not, it'll cause a layer, and I didn't want that layer. So I did put the plastic on the actual pudding, and I set it in the fridge. And now our peaches are done. We're going to set this aside and let everything cool completely. I waited for about 4 hours before I put everything together, because once your pudding is cooked and once your peaches are cooked, now you just want to layer everything and put it together. But you definitely have to let everything cool. You don't want to put hot peaches on hot pudding. It'll mess it up. So once you got that done, I just put a top on it, set it aside, and then when everything cooled, we came back to put it together, and that's what we're doing now. And so we're basically taking 2 boxes of cookies. I got 3 boxes, but 2 boxes was enough of these cookies. And I think they're called Archway. These are some really good oatmeal cookies, and they wasn't anything but $3 a pack. So good little deal on those. And you probably can find some cheaper that you like probably more than these, but like I say, it's your kitchen, do what you want. And so basically we just put them in a plastic bag, and now we're just crunching them up, because we're going to use this as one of our layers for this peach cobbler pudding. That's like the breading for it. And so now all we're doing, guys, we're layering it up. We're taking our pudding first, and you can layer it, honey, however you want to. If you want to do the peaches first, you can. If you want to do whipped cream, and that's another thing I forgot to tell you guys, you're going to need 2 things of whipped cream. That's why I always say, please watch my videos all the way through, honey, because I be forgetting stuff, okay? And so how I layered it, I did the pudding first, and then I put the peaches on top along with the juice as well. Guys, put the juice as well, because those cookies you're going to put on top, honey, it's going to soak up all of that goodness. It's going to tie everything together. You talking about fire, okay? And then after we got our cookies on, then we're going to do our whipped cream. And I have 2 pints of that whipped cream, and I'm doing a pint for each layer. And so now we're going to get the whipped cream spread, And once we got the whipped cream spread around, guys, we just gonna do it all over again. And so I'm just gonna kind of shut up and let you watch as we do this second layer. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Let me know if you try this. Let me know if you do it with the oatmeal cookies. Get you some regular peaches and just crumble you some oatmeal cookies in it and tell me how you like it. If you like that, guys, I promise you, you are going to love this recipe. And so once we get everything together, I do have a couple of taste testers at the end that I'm going to let them be the judge, because of course I'm going to like this because I know what I like. But I wanted to try it on a couple of other people, and one of them, y'all always know, my pastor and first lady. My pastor has a sweet tooth. My first lady's real funny about food and desserts. Very funny. So sometimes she likes things, sometimes she don't, but you'll get to see at the end. She gonna be trying to front, but she love it. So thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. You all be blessed. I'm gonna put you on camera.
Oh God.
Come over here. So, okay, so you know how it's like banana pudding? Mm-hmm. This is peach cobbler pudding.
Yes, Lord.
I ain't even tasted it yet. I was like, I need somebody else to taste it. Because I know what I like. It ain't really cold like it should be.
Oh my God.
Is it good? Listen, you can take it. Just bring my cup back.
I have that.
Yeah. Just bring. Why am I put praise music on this video? All right, Pastor. What you think?
Boy, right.
He ain't gonna say it ain't. You know what?
Boy, right.
Even, and it's the same concept with banana pudding, because like if you want your cookies harder, you get it right then, or you can just let it sit and let all the stuff, come together.
Ain't no peaches in there, just put oatmeal.
Just taste it. It hurt my belly. That little bit ain't gonna hurt your belly.
It's good.
Look, she makes me sick.
Good.
Oh my God. Look how you threw it in her mouth. You know what? I'm headed to camera.
This is sweet. Oh, that's sweet. Wait a
I want to bang it.
Not my
banana
bad.
pudding.
Yeah, it's peach
Man, you
cobbler
got me
pudding.
going out 2
Okay,
minutes.
good.